What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we are finally giving you the full update on all of the paint work that was done on Andy's car.
We've done a lot this year, and you guys have already seen some of it. I know we already had part of this in a video, but we obviously did the Whipple and the coil covers. We also at the same time did those interior pieces.
Yes.
Now, when we were doing this, obviously we didn't record everything, but off camera, we had some conversations while we were painting all this stuff. We spitballed a few ideas, and the rest of this kind of came to life.
Yes.
So we'll kind of go in order with what we did. I think that's kind of the best way to show you everything.
Makes the most sense, yeah.
So we obviously started with these and those interior pieces, which we can pop one of the doors open and kind of show you those a little bit more. The starting point of this whole idea. And then some of the other stuff, like I said, there were ideas that were spitballed. Nick, I know you kind of threw that idea out, so if you want to kind of describe that.
So essentially we were doing the splatter paint. This is on the day of the actual splatter paint for said Whipple. I was like, you know, it might be a little bit gaudy, but we could kind of do it to the roof because it's not like my Mustang.
Well, your first idea was the racing stripes.
Yes, that's right.
The racing stripes.
We were thinking about maybe doing like a splatter paint, like ghosted in racing stripe, I guess. And then Donovan's like, oh, I like that idea, but what if we just stuck it for the roof? And I was like, or we could just do splatter paint. And then we were like, oh, that could be kind of cool. Yeah. And then we were like, yeah, that might be a little gaudy. And then Donovan, with his infinite wisdom, came up with
this idea.
Yes. Ta-da! Yeah, it looks insane in person.
And we'll throw some pictures in here because I do have a couple pictures when the car was still kind of taped off and in the booth that you can really see all the color. I'm just really glad that when Donovan did this, he had the idea that he had. So originally, we were still gonna do the lace, but we weren't sure which way we were gonna do it. So the roof was already black. He was going to just lay the lace over top of it and spray purple. Well, if we did that, all of this would have been purple, and all of the black that you see would have been purple. The lace itself would have been black. So it would have made the entire roof essentially purple. So Donovan was like, well, what if I did the whole roof purple, laid the lace down, and then sprayed black? And then I could kind of ghost it in and it wouldn't be as in your face. It's like, all right, I'm picking up what you're putting down. And that was the idea that we went with. So thankfully, he came up with that because the roof looks killer.
It looks way better that way, I think.
Yeah, it would have been way too much purple if we would have done it the other way.
That's what you want, too. You want it to fade into something different, not just boom in your face, you know?
Right, right. And that was kind of our big thing, was we didn't want it to be as in your face. We still wanted it to blend in. You guys won't be able to see it on camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see it more, you know, at Mustang Week. But Nick has seen it in person, so he knows what I'm talking about. From certain angles, the roof still looks black.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
A lot of the times it doesn't hit you, like even right here, it's kind of hard to see it, but once you walk up on it, you're like, oh, what is all that?
Yeah, actually with the sunglasses on and the sun kind of going away, right now it just looks solid black from right here. Yeah. So it's kind of a crazy concept, but it's really cool to be able to see it in person. So this was kind of the next step once we did all of the Whipple stuff. And then I can't remember who came up with the idea. It might have been me, I don't know. Then we moved on to the calipers.
Yes, sir.
So we did the front calipers, same thing, kind of kept that splatter paint scheme. We did the Brembo stickers before the clear. We did front and rear. The rears I know were a little bit harder. If you want to walk them back there, we can show them those. So those were a little bit harder to do, I'm sure, but they turned out fantastic. If you ask me, I think they look killer. Eventually, we'll probably do some sort of a ceramic on them to try to help keep them clean. I've already actually done ceramic on the roof. just to really try to take care of this as much as I can. It still amazes me how buttery smooth all that is now. But yeah, that was the next step. After that was when we kind of decided off camera that the bags needed to be installed. So with bags comes what?
A tank.
A tank. So let's...
Which I've already seen in the previous video, but...
just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea, we're dripping a little bit here.
Yes, sir, but... yep, same flow goes into the car as well, in the trunk.
That way it just keeps everything uniform. It's not something that's raw aluminum or even polished aluminum. I obviously didn't really want to go with that polished look. I wanted it to be unique. So that was kind of done in unison with the final thing that we're about to show you. Now this one, I know we're trying not to give you guys a bunch of backstory, but I do want to give you a little bit here. You guys have seen this hood on this car for years. The previous shop, I'm not going to mention who, that painted it, didn't really do a very good job. There was a lot of spots that color were missed or even clear was missed. Underneath these vents, there was actually spots that were completely dry, but there were runs. Don't know how that happens, but even Donovan was kind of like, what the hell? But I basically did some prep, all the prep work for Donovan to try to help him out as much as I could. It was a good learning thing for me to kind of sand down the hood and do all that. So originally, the plan was we were just going to repaint the hood so it didn't have any of the issues that it was having, whether it be the poor masking, the poor spots, solvent pop, you name it. We just wanted to get rid of that. Well, in typical us fashion, we figured, well, let's take it just a little step farther. I know we want to clean it up, but what can we do? So Donovan actually came up with this idea, and this was born. And before you guys ask in the questions, Donovan said he never wants to do that again. It was a royal pain. Doing the stuff on the Whipple here.
Because of why? Raised letters.
Exactly.
Way easier.
Exactly. Recessed lettering is a lot harder to do. And originally, we didn't think it was going to be that hard. Even Donovan didn't. We thought that might be easier. But it turns out exact opposite. He said that was about 500 times harder. So, you know, he doesn't really want to do it ever again. So don't ask him. He'll do anything else, but I'm sure if you pay him enough, he might do it. But we also did a couple other things we might as well show you while we're showing the hood. We also did some hood pins.
Which you may have seen under the hood here. There's a little penny boy there, a little penny boy there.
So we don't want to go super in depth with those right now just because this isn't the video for it. Yeah. But that was another reason that we wanted to paint the hood, because we went ahead and did those at the same time. And if anybody knows fiberglass, as soon as you go to start drilling in or cutting into fiberglass, you start getting the strands a little bit. So
not to mention it just goes everywhere. Too,
yeah, so it was kind of the perfect time to go ahead and just take care of everything at once. I think it was on the driver's side. There was one other thing that was painted. It's nothing crazy, but if you guys remember years ago when I accidentally kicked a lift arm into my rocker molding.
Yeah. Oh, it's on? I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, so that is now.
It was right down here, right?
Yep, it was right up in here. So
they were able to fix it though? They didn't have to.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that's awesome.
He fixed it, so we didn't have to
replace the hole.
None of the clips broke, that was kind of the one thing I was worried about. Anybody who knows Ford knows they love their plastic clips on everything. And even if it's, like say these clips were actually integrated into the plastic and they weren't separate, you go to pull this out, that's probably gonna break. Yeah. Well, that's exactly how the rocker moldings are. They're serviced with the clips. So if those break, you're fucked. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was worried about. But thankfully my guy over there took care of it and was able to knock it out for us. But that is all of the paint work that we have done to the car so far this year. We still have I don't really want to say a long way to go because we don't necessarily. But the
really,
next step,
it's just like nitpicky stuff. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, we want to get your bumper, your rear bumper, taken care of because previous owner or whatever shop did the other hack crap.
Right.
Kind of
screwed a few spots up,
So,
which you guys have seen it, but just so you know what he's talking about, we can kind of show you real quick. So this is all kind of glued and it's popping out again and it's starting to chip paint. So there's little things. I made an oopsie daisies back here, which
we won't talk about that.
I don't really care. So there's little things like that we're still gonna do at some point in time. But the next thing that I really want to try to do is actually take care of this paint. This black paint has been neglected for years. And mind you, I know I haven't been perfect with it, but it was neglected before I bought it. When I bought it, it was filled with swirls and imperfections and just never really cared to do a paint correction and actually take care of it. So that is one thing that we are going to try to work on, hopefully before Mustang week, but we'll see what happens with that. Who knows? But I think it has come a long way this year and definitely makes the car pop again, especially with seeing that roof. I mean, really for the most part.
That's kind of almost the centerpiece other than the blower.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing.
He did an absolute killer job with that, and it amazes me every single time I see it. And I know, I don't know if we have mentioned this in the previous videos showing any of this stuff or talking about Donovan, but if you guys check down in the description below, you'll find the link to his Instagram and you can see all of his stuff. Hit him up if you want any of this stuff done. He'll get you taken care of.
Ta-da.
All right, guys. Well, that is the car. I know we didn't mention this in each individual clip, but as we have pictures of these items when we're talking about them, we'll throw them in. I know there's a couple that we do have some decent before and afters, but just so you can kind of get an idea, we'll throw those in where we can.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, like he just said, that's about it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, we've been
killing it.
We've been killing it lately, and we've been trying to keep a lot of this a secret. The last one, we kind of just said, nah, screw it.
It was honestly very hard to keep a lot of this secret, especially with some of the videos we have been doing.
Yeah.
It has been very hard to strategically put videos out and
there was a couple where I just kind of had to do one of these. Like, I think it was the wheel video because the roof was already done. I was like, yeah, we got to go inside, so let's do one of these.
Yeah, we've been getting pretty strategic with it. Yeah. But it's good to have, you know, some different content for you guys as well.
For sure.
Hopefully you like it. Keep watching out for videos. Keep watching out for the shorts. Let's take Planet Stang to the moon this year.
Yes, sir. Well, without further ado, we'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, share the videos, do all the things. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.